Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the most valuable player, Maglera Doe Boy.
Mukwebo, designer. Dream dinero, numeros, muleto banyana. Mama pray for mañana when I'm by the bodega. Magazana Montana, posted by the bodega. I'm by the bodega, by the bodega. By the bodega, by the bodega.
It's not that he's arguably the most skillful amongst his peers or that he can meta any beat or any feature on any beat, but the way he closed the most grotesque of township struggles in cashmere sweaters, enveloping poetry, inexpensive Egyptian cotton without shying away from the ills that ail the everyday African. This is Maglera Doe Boy, arguably the most valuable player of the season. Don't just take my word for it. Even Tyson said it.
Only rapper of the year whose album ain't need a Maglera verse. Unless you the homies, the rest of you got spun by him.
2020, 2021, 2022, he's had an extensive feature run that made him seem like, made him seem like an overnight success. But if you really dig deep, you'll see that this man has skin in the game. He's been in it for almost 10 years now.
Here's a rude awakening for Baba Bagilile. Since the Komaka Noto no number one Ufikile. Fly young nigga with a dream. Heart of a crook with a stack in my jean. Whip that word, zip lock, hit that merch. With my sipper with the twins and the lean. Gangland misfit. That move the way we scheme straight. Street fighter since like you are shopper Hadok. Plug told me that they heat him. But he still passed me the pack. Pass puff, pass. Jump gates, but we pass class. All hail King God. Stupungando finegro finesse. Stupungando finegro finesse. Walisela ntanga oba place. Tlatseleta ntaka oba place. We just want the guala in the places. We just want the guala in the places.
Even before he was introduced to the game by features through Kulichana, who is now disabled, through All Hail in the Heavens, he was already carving his lane. He was already, mastering the craft as a true student of the game.
Think that I'm a demigod. Hella fly, need me, yes, for finding. Jiggy, need a helipad for us when we touch down. Jiggy, you a fan, but you never was when the kid was underground.
And he's been rapping since, my first introduction to him was 2016. But his introduction to the game was around 2012, 2013. But he's been rapping since a kid, since a very young age. And he amassed, superstardom back in 2017 when he was featured on Hype Magazine's freshman list. But, he got into the freshman list 4 years after he had been in the game. So Maglera has skin in the game. And the reason why I posted that he is the most important addition to the South African hip hop is not just that he can rap. I mean, we have a lot of rappers in the country, a lot of very skillful rappers, but it is consistency for one. Like he's been consistently improving his skill, even though he was just only famous around the Northwest, Tswako region, only he's been only famous there. But he kept like sharpening his iron, he kept, improving his skill so that when the time came that he got to like the limelight, right now we know him for the Never Ride, Bodega, features on almost every hip hop album of 2021.
I was up in the dunes, goons, giddy, Kamandelwa. Banasatlali, Nugabatela. Memoirs of the Italiana, them Pasa Italiana. Talking numbers with my cousin Sol Kessler. Demigod, I be with my dog like a vet. I'm a dark skin, pretty nigga, but my kissed in my vet. Feto clock, I'm a taka, skamaka, lompona, go fit, I got plastic as please. Jile Kavela for steppe ya sweetie mo box on fagile patio at least. Young niggas so dope, big homie so coke. Winter time, trapping after school, it was so cold.
It seems like it's an overnight success, but it's really not because he's put in the work from all his freestyles he did. And shout out to Kule, man. Kule really saw something in him. So like even when he did release his biggest track before 2021, which was Bodega, we saw Kule's hand in Maglera, pushing him Maglera, saying, "Hey, you are up next, young man." So all of this led up to what he is now, because he's been working on multiple projects at the time, including his last year's release of Two Player, which he couldn't really release on DSPs, which is sad. Two Player was a great, would have been a great introduction to who Maglera is. That's why people can now say things like Maglera is not a an album artist, which is like insane to me. And these are people who claim to be hip hop scholars, hip hop bloggers, but they haven't gone into sing. And these are all readily available on YouTube. Like if you go, you can find Two Play on YouTube and Audio Mac. It's there. You can find Maglera's previous works on YouTube from 2013, 2014, 2015. They are all there just to prove how skillful Maglera is. Just because you saw him on a Mesh Beats song and then you think, no, Maglera is only killing features, doesn't mean you shouldn't give him a chance. He's been there. He knows it. He started the whole game. I think it's about timing. How he kept consistency, how he consistently kept to the game. It was all in the timing of him. So not just that consistency, that's number one. Number two is the way his stories, the stories he shares. It's not just, the stories we are used to of, because the one thing South African rappers have about themselves in South Africa is most of them are skillful in talking about themselves. They are skillful talking about how great they are or their own struggles, like their own individual struggles. And apart from a few old rap cats like Dumi, your squatter camps, your pros, we don't really have a rapper of the new age who wants to talk about the current struggles of the normal South African. So Maglera, because he's so skillful, he's able to do that as well. He can swag on his song while also talking about the struggle of Drop, talking about the struggle of faced by the common township dweller.
In the ghetto, I'm a savior. I'm walking on water and spitting the gospel. In the ghetto, ducking Judas and the devil. That's why I speak like a prophet.
So that is main point why I said Maglera is an important addition to hip hop. He gives a new voice to like the whole culture. He gives a new voice to the whole genre, and he does this with such a skill that you find a track like Memoirs being number one while talking about like the struggles that the ordinary black person is facing in the country. So that skill is what's gonna make him stay for long. Also the fact that he's not afraid to try new things, the fact that he can throw in a lock drum on like a hard hitting hip hop beat, the fact that he can switch flows, which depending on whichever feature is on, is gonna make him last as long as the ones who've been here for more than 10 years, like his idol Kulichana or KO or Casper Vest. He is a very important addition to SA hip hop because also he's making he's making everyone try to rap. Because whenever you featured with Maglera, you gotta bring your A game. So that means you have to rap as well. So also an important aspect of hip hop of rap is that we are showing off our skill. So if you're busy rapping with your peers and people who are beneath you, then you won't see the need to improve. But that's what Maglera has introduced to the game.
Na retshwane media ka ndumedisha re como estás. Kwa la shitse ka vas como mara con kosi fafa.
Maglera, gives you guys like he makes everyone shine at their brightest because that's what he is. He's an improving artist. He's an ever improving artist. That's why the biggest rap song of the country has his verse because he's just that good. And also, timing is perfect for whatever Maglera has. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the most valuable player of the season. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but we see everyone pulling in their socks up. It's Maglera Doe Boy, Mr. Dugelo. Go listen to Dashboard and then come back and tell me Maglera is not an Apple artist. It's been your boy Kwane, aka Ubafana Nyandeni, saying until next video, this is all I have to say. Peace.